Chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita. The knowledge imparted to Arjuna in this chapter is called Transcendental Knowledge. Bhagwan Krishna began the discourse by saying that, O Arjun, this science of knowledge, that is Gita, was first told by me to Sun God Vivaswan. He then passed on this knowledge to the first man on the earth, Manu, who in turn passed it on to Ikshvaku. This knowledge was passed through a chain of disciplic succession for a number of generations. Then suddenly the chain was broken. The science of relationship with God is called transcendental knowledge. And this is what is enshrined in Bhagavad Gita. Arjun became a little bit perturbed, not really perturbed, but Arjun wondered how could Bhagavan Krishna relate this knowledge to Sun God who was much senior to him by age. So he asked Bhagavan, how could you say this to Sun God? Bhagavan said, you are not aware of several generations you have passed through and several generations I have passed through. You have no knowledge about your past births, but I know about all births of all beings. My transcendental form is unborn. I have always existed and I am manifested everywhere. This is the reason why this knowledge was first imparted to Sun God. You have to understand, Arjun, that the knowledge contained in Bhagavad Gita is a repository of all knowledges in the world. And if a man has been able to understand this, he will be very close to me automatically. The science of relationship with God means that you do all the works and feel that you are doing all this for God. Give up proprietorship of your work, of your wealth, etc., because all these things belong to God. The difference between action and inaction and vikarma has to be understood very properly. Only an intelligent man can understand this. If you find inaction in your action and action in your inaction, vice versa, then you are an intelligent person. What this means is that if you are doing anything, you are doing an action, you are doing an act, but don't think you are doing it. You are merely an instrument. I am the doer. I am the cause of all causes. So you have to understand the difference. Sometimes you do something, but don't assume the proprietorship. It has been done by God, you are just an instrument. So, even if you are not doing something, it simply means that whatever you have done was meant for God, just as a sacrifice. Saints and sages also do that. Then they don't assume proprietorship, they believe everything is being done by God, He is just a doer. This is the real knowledge. And if you have really followed it, then you will be free from attachment, and you will not suffer the pain and pleasure of your actions, and you will keep on doing your work. So, through your knowledge, through the sword of your knowledge, slash your ignorance and perform your duty, because you are doing the duty for me. You are not the main doer. I am the main doer. And you know that I have always existed and I will always exist. Whenever and wherever there has been a decline in religious principle, decadence in the society, yada yada hi dharmasya glanirabhavati bharata. Whenever such things have happened, rise of irreligion, decadence, I reappear in my transcendental form. And I protect the pious and annihilate the miseries, the papis, the sinners, and restore peace, restore religion, restore the principles, the guided principles of life. So, you always think of me as existing eternally. This is what has been said in the 4th chapter of Gita, and this knowledge, what he has imparted or given, is called transcendental knowledge.